Yeah, so uh, peace and blessings to you. November the 11th, 2025. I'm bringing it to you live. Teagan Knox, well, the former Teagan Knox, known now as, what's her name? Something. Nixon Newell, some bogus ass name. And her partner, tag partner, and partner outside of the ring too, what I'm understanding. Miranda Alizé. What a name. Man, I gotta say it before I get into this video. Them names that these chicks use on the indies, you think when they get on TV they change their name and you be like, damn, why they change her name? Or that's a goofy name they calling her. They be actually helping out a lot of these chicks with those names, man. Like Nixon Newell, Miranda Alizé. Like those shit sound super indie. Super indie. But Tony will let them appear on TV. But I'm kind of jumping ahead because this video is about AEW. But it ain't a knock on AEW, this video, like most videos probably would be. So we got the former Teagan Knox, who in WWE was pretty much a enhancement talent, pretty much a mid card enhancement talent, man. I mean, I want to refrain from calling her a jobber, but that's pretty much what she was. I mean, they had big plans for her, but her body was betraying her. She kept suffering from all these injuries and shit. She was supposed to be the Mae Young Classic winner, but injuries fucked that up too. So she never really got off the ground. She was always derailed with these injuries and shit to the point where you kind of thought that's probably what it was for her. Her body just keep betraying her. She ain't gonna never really get to what they saw in her. When I first saw her, though, I gotta be honest, like I wasn't impressed. Like she got a basic look, you know. She ain't all that in the ring. Then she kept getting hurt, so it was like I don't know. They see something in her because I heard the name long before I saw her. I like the name Teagan Knox. It had a little ring to it. It's better than the one she using now. That shit, I forgot it already. What Nixon Noel? Like, man, she got to come up with a better name than that. That shit is super forgettable. Like, the name got to roll off the tongue, sweetheart. Like that. That ain't quite rolling off the tongue. You know what I mean? But back to the business. Back to the point of this video. So she was complaining she being Teagan Knox, with a former Teagan Knox. I'ma call her Teagan Knox because I don't like that name she using, and it keeps slipping my mind. I don't have it written down in front of me. So Teagan and this new chick, they say she was in WWE at some capacity too, but I ain't familiar with her. So Miranda Alizé. So Teagan was online complaining about not really getting booked since 2024. But the point I was making before I got here, she was always used as like middle of the card in WWE, not a main eventer, never won nothing, stayed injured, mostly was on the jobbing end of things. So she get released twice. This is her second time getting released. She got released during the pandemic also. But when Triple H got in power and Vince got out, he brought back a lot of his NXT people that he was high on that ain't get the shot, which was one of them. And as we know, a lot of them people he brung back, they ended up getting fired again because it's like Vince was right. You know what I mean? He saw nothing in them. He brung them back just despite Vince because Vince was out. And then he eventually had to let him go too because he had nothing for him either. Like NXT and Raw and SmackDown, two very different playing fields. The gimmicks that'll work down there ain't gonna work on the main roster. And when I say down there, I'm talking about NXT because it's down in Florida in their performance center. So anyway, she get released for the second time, and I think that she's done with wrestling because you didn't got released twice. You keep getting hurt. They don't do nothing with you, so it's like and your body just like I mean, the girl wrestling with braces on her legs and all types of shit. Like this probably ain't something you need to be doing long term. But she did say that this her last year in wrestling, but that was in the little tweet she made after the thing happened that I'm gonna get to. You know what I mean? But so they was not signed. They got brought in. They being Teagan and the Miranda chick. They got brought in to AEW to do some matches. And if you know the wrestling business, and she been in this business, so she know it. She know if you're not under contract, they just bringing you in, then they probably bringing you in to do a job. That's the point of bringing you in. And with this whole tribalism thing with the WWE and the AEW sides with all this tribal shit, Tony is like a big component for that. Like Tony is a driving force with that shit. Like he encourages people to be on that fuck WWE train. And I know WWE do a lot of bullshit behind the scenes and all that, but anyway, if Tony bring in some mid card WWE girls, of course he gonna book his girls to beat them, as he should. I mean, why bring in WWE talent and have them go over your homegrown talent? Like that's just making it like, your people ain't shit or not on the level of them girls. You supposed to make it the other way around. Like, nah, we the premier company. These girls ain't on the level of the girls I got over here. And we gonna show that. Now they don't have to do a 3-minute squash, which I kind of thought that was wild too, that he wanted them to get squashed, but I get it. Tony's starting to get on his fuck WWE shit. He was bringing in WWE talent and booking them and holding them in high regard, even if they weren't really taken that seriously in WWE. He'll bring them in and make them a big deal, at least for a little while until he got bored with them or whatever. But bringing these chicks in right away, he brung them in to do the jobs. And they got these AEW women's tag team titles now, so they gonna need women's teams, and they need teams to beat. So they just threw these two chicks on TV to get beat, man. Like me personally, if you hadn't told me that that was Teagan Knox, former Teagan, I wouldn't have knew. She just looked like, you know, rainbow haired white girl. Like she just looked so like nondescript. Like if you see her without all the like wrestling get up, she looked like exactly what she is. Like if you see her, bro, you gonna be like, oh, okay. Like I ain't even know. And then when I saw the pictures of her, like outside of WWE, just at home chilling, man, it was like, okay, yeah, this is a lesbian feminist. You know what I mean? This is easy to see. But I'll let you do your own homework on that. But anyway, man, so she feels so entitled because she was in WWE that she can come to AEW and make plans and change shit or not agree to play ball. Like, yo, you just was online crying about bookings. Now you getting booked on Dynamite and Collision. Yeah, you getting booked to do the job, but you getting booked. I mean, do you think you supposed to come in and just beat? You supposed to come in and beat these chicks that been here every week when you was in WWE, pretty much getting beat. When you could stay healthy and in the ring, and you're a liability. Like people put millions of dollars behind you, and you can't even stay healthy. You know that ain't that ain't good for business. You know. Then you didn't even sign the contract, so you knew this was just for you to do a job and eat the pen. And why in the fuck would they have you two little bitty chicks, go over on Megan Bain and fucking Marina Shafir? Like those the two toughest chicks in AEW. And we know that Marina Shafir legit badass. She got a background, shoot fighting background. And you just look at Megan Bain and like this bitch look like Wonder Woman. She look like a star. Like I don't know why she not the champion right now. I don't watch AEW every week, but I do watch their pay-per-views like consistently. So I see, what's be going on over there. I don't always know the stories, but it's easy to keep up with shit when you just like if you watch the pay-per-views, you can kind of like fill it in. They don't do a lot of repackages. I mean, what's the word? They don't do a lot of like videos and recaps like WWE. They should. Tony rather you gotta Google and do your own shit for Tony, but I know that, so it is what it is. It been like that since AEW came. It's like he expect you to just know shit, and if you don't, oh well, it's for you to find out. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, them two chicks, man, Shafir and Bane, man. Now the Shafir chick, I like her because she got a shoot background. You know what I mean? But Bane look like a star. She should be in WWE somewhere. Now I seen the garbage she do in GCW with the hardcore matches and wrestling guys, and WWE probably seen some of that stuff and don't really like it. You know what I mean? But shit, Chelsea Green did stuff like that prior to WWE. She was in death matches and wrestled guys and GCW and all that old shit, but she don't got the charisma of a Chelsea Green. I get that. But Chelsea don't look like her, so you got a dilemma there. But anyway, man, back to these two goofs. Uh, fucking Teagan Knox and that other broad, they wanted to get, they wanted Megan Bain to sell for them. Like, are you fucking serious? Hey, look, man, I'm here to tell you, bro. If I'm Tony Khan and I got a wrestling promotion and this chick come to me and tell me that she think Megan Bain or Marina should sell for her, I'ma shake her hand right then and tell her, look, yeah, thanks for coming. Cause I ain't nothing I can do for you. Like you think the two chicks that I'm trying to build up to be the most dominant on my roster, and you little 4-foot chicks from WWE gonna come in and get offense in on them? No way. You gonna get your ass kicked from bell to bell, pillar to post, and you gonna eat the pen. Now 3 minutes, it don't gotta be that. You know what I'm saying? They could have gave them girls like 6 minutes. Yeah, just 6 minutes would have been cool, man. You know, Marina and Megan tag in and out, putting the work on these chicks. They do some double team move and put them motherfuckers down 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? And you can even let people know before the match, oh yeah, this the former WWE star Teagan Knox, whatever. Cause I promise you, you're gonna have to let that be known. Cause most people gonna look at her and be like, she look familiar, but I don't know who that is. She not gonna jump right out at you because she not really that memorable, man. They had to even on WWE when she would go away and come back, they always had to remind you that oh, this the chick that was from the Mae Young Classic and the blah blah blah. And like, oh, okay. But I still never really got why I was supposed to care about her. Then she got released. Then she got brought back. So I'm like, okay, maybe this chick is pretty cool. You know what I mean? Match I saw her in, she got fucking hurt. I was like, here this bitch go grabbing her leg, and no disrespect, but goddamn, she had just came back from an injury, man. The next thing you know, she clutching her leg again. She out. And I said right then was like, yeah, wrestling probably ain't for her, man. She's small. She keep getting hurt. You know what I mean? Her body betraying her. Like she might want to go do something else. Then she came back, and I think she dealt with some kind of minor injury, and then it was like, yeah, we can't fuck with her. She a liability. She keep getting hurt. So she was talking about the bookings, and I can promise you, I don't know for sure, but the bookings slowing up was because of the whole injury thing. It's like, do we really want to book this chick? You know what I mean? Her body won't hold up. And she was a former WWE star, so she had a high booking fee. So to book this chick on the indies, you gotta pay good money. And it's almost like, do people even know who the fuck a Teagan Knox is? If I showed you a picture of Teagan Knox and I didn't have her name up there, would you know who it was? I promise I would, nigga, and I'm a fucking wrestling encyclopedia. And I got them it won't be able to pick that bitch out of the lineup. I promise you. I'd have to watch wrestling matches and see her in that rainbow color scheme, which bring me to something else too, man. A lot of these chicks in wrestling is fucking uh they like women, man. These girls is gay. And I see a lot of chicks wearing like rainbow themed colors and rainbow, all that bright hair shit. And you think a lot of time that well it's just for TV for the character, but they be trying to secretly they be trying to get that shit over secretly. Like come to find out Tegan Knox a lesbian and her whole color scheme was a rainbow color scheme. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, that was done purposely then. You know what I mean? And it's a ton of other ones. And, their sexuality is what it is. I'm just noticing in this day and age, it's a lot more that you got a lot more women in the business, but a lot of them is, that way, man. You know what I mean? Like some of the baddest ones, like fucking Kira Hogan. Thick as a motherfucker, boy. When I found out she ain't like men, like, oh shit. Goddamn it, Tasha Steeles. Bad little bitch. Don't even like guys. Hey man, this shit be wild. But they can wrestle though, bro. So we give it to them. You know what I mean? So yeah. Anyway, man. So these two goofs, man, they felt entitled in the match or whatever. So they end up walking out, man. They get some act of solidarity and walk out. Mind you, they was just online crying about bookings. So they pretty much shot themselves in the foot, you know what I mean? And they was not even under contract yet. If they had just went on and played ball, you know what I mean, and possibly inked them a deal with AEW, then she could have came with the whole trying to push storylines and stuff, you know. But yeah, man, it's just crazy how entitled this broad thinks she is just because she a former WWE wrestler. Like that shit don't matter now. You know what I mean? And you had the chance to be with Tony Khan, who, he opened up the pocketbook to people like you, especially a bitch that used to wrestle for the competition. If she was a name that people cared about, man, then it'll be a big thing. But it's just I'm only doing the story, man, because I'm just so like shocked at how entitled this chick is. Like you barely had a wrestling career. Your the little career you got was on life support. So anyway, she did a tweet saying that, oh, this was gonna be her last year in wrestling. And it's like, man, I don't think you need to even like wait out the year. Like, you can go ahead and pack it up now because you fucked up with AEW. WWE done told you no twice, and you ain't never supposed to let a motherfucker tell you no twice. And TNA is connected to WWE, so that's a no go there. New Japan wouldn't want you because you don't fit the style that they got. You come on, New Japan, bro. She really had to retire then. They do that strong style shit over there, and her little brittle ass, she really get broken up over there. So I don't know, man. I guess we'll keep our ears open on this Teagan Knox thing, but I think she pretty much done for as like a mainstay go. And see, and another thing, man, before I get out of here, I had read that people were saying, well, this ain't really like her. It probably ain't, but she done got connected with this broad and they done signed, she done convinced these people to sign her and her girlfriend. So now she's showing out for the bitch. But what she about to do is blow it. Cause she the one with the name. The other broad is I don't know who the fuck she is. I probably should have Googled her to see who she was under another name. Pardon me. But they say she wrestled for WWE. She don't look familiar to me. You know what I mean? Like I've never heard of a was it Miranda. Man, these names is garbage. Like they don't like the names that they give them in NXT, and the way they pick the fucking names is horrendous, man. They give them a piece of paper in case you don't know the process of the name picking in NXT. They give them a piece of paper with like two sides on, like a line in between the paper, and you got last names on one side, first names on one side, and they just give them a bunch of random names that they thought up for them that they thought would fit them. They may give them like 10 first names, 10 last names, nigga, and you pick two names. That's how you pick the name. They get a guy a sheet of paper, and he picked the best too. That's why when people be like, why the fuck is they calling Rick Steiner's son Braun Breaker? And why and who the fuck came with that? Well, he did. Those the names he picked off the paper. You know what I mean? But it probably was the best shit based off what they be giving you on the paper. That nigga was like, fuck it, Braun Breaker. Terrible name. But like I say, it probably was the best shit based off what was on the paper. Like, can you imagine what was on the paper when a nigga got to come up with Braun Breaker? It's like, man, that's the best he could do. One bitch name was Izzy Dame. Yeah, Izzy Dame. Izzy. Last name Dame. Dame. I'm like, what the fuck? You know that bitch just man, they must have had the worst shit on the paper for baby to say, look, I'm gonna go Izzy Dame. Like, god damn. But anyway, Izzy Dame fine though. Don't get it fucked up. I saw her wrestle. I was like, word. I don't like the name, but I like the Dame. Goddamn Izzy Dame. Long legged joint too. But yeah, man, I'm kinda getting running low on words now. I think I done got it all out with this Teagan Knox thing. So want to thank my man Zone for tuning in, man. Thanks for checking me out, man. And peace and blessings to you, my brother. And I'll check y'all guys out on the next one, man. Peace.